Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a new recording. This is always exciting when we get new recordings of Nielsen's Fifth Symphony, featuring Edward Gardner and the Bergen Philharmonic Orchestra. It's coupled with the Helios Overture, which is a lovely early work, and the Clarinet Concerto, which is an amazing late work. So, is it a great recording of the Fifth Symphony? Nope. Sorry, it's not. Is it good? Yeah, it's okay. It's decent. This whole Nielsen cycle has been just a shade below fabulous, and this is no exception. Let's talk about the pieces one at a time in order, since the symphony comes last. The Helios Overture goes very, very well. It's a bright, it begins meditatively, and then it has like fanfares and spunky rhythms, and it's just fun to listen to. And they play it very well. It's nicely done, and it ends contemplatively. It's beautiful. It's 11 minutes of lovely orchestral music. The Clarinet Concerto is a screaming masterpiece. It's absolutely amazing, and it goes well with the Fifth Symphony because both of them feature the solo snare drum as antagonist in the Fifth Symphony to the whole orchestra, and in the Clarinet Concerto to the solo clarinet. And the solo clarinet also plays a huge role throughout the Fifth Symphony, as one of the principal voices of the orchestra. So the two pieces really do work very well together. However, you will notice immediately on proceeding from the Helios Overture to the Concerto that the recording is very, very different. The Overture has a somewhat distant perspective, whereas the Clarinet Concerto is really in your face. The soloist is really up front. Everything is very chambery and quite close up. And that is a little bit disconcerting, and it becomes a real issue with the symphony, because that distanced perspective, which returns for the symphony, doesn't benefit it at all. It really doesn't. The whole piece is lacking in verve. Now, I compared this performance to a lot of other ones. To the Bernstein on Sony, to the Ormo on Bis, to the Chung on Bis, to, I have piles of Nielsen fives. It's one of those pieces I collect compulsively. And this was just weaker than all of them. It really was. It's very simple. The issues with this symphony are very straightforward. For some reason, it's a difficult work to pull off, but it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. You have that nice sort of placid opening, yet it has to have accent. There has to be character and the entrances of the woodwinds, particularly like the bassoons, they have to have a feeling of wanting to do something but just laying there doing nothing. Well, that's not really here. It's all too subdued. The music is already subdued. The subduedness is built into it. The key is to tease us with the potential of what's to come. Then, when the hostile forces arrive, and the force in the form of the percussion and the snare drum going yap ba dum bum bum, and all that stuff, well, that's just limp. The timpani are recessed. It has no bite. No bite at all. So that's the first part of the movement. Then we get to the second part of the movement, the gorgeous adagio. Well, that sounds nice initially, and it leads to a climax where the trombones finally come in under a timpani roll. Well, that goes nowhere. The trombones are far too backwardly balanced in the mix. The recording of this is just not very good, because I know what the Bergen Philharmonic sounds like, and they have a trombone section that can play very, very well. Hell, listen to them do the Rite of Spring under Andrew Litton. There's no reason why the brass should be so recessed. And so as the big climax gathers and the snare drum comes roaring in, and the snare drum cadenza is nicely done, it's okay. It's okay, but the whole climax is balanced strangely. First, it seems the strings are really forward, and everybody else is in the back. And then as it gets bigger and bigger, everything kind of swells out, and then the strings get pushed into the background. It's very frustrating. It really is. And I saw a comment where someone says, "Oh, are you going to review this? It's just fabulous." Well, here's a news flash. It's not fabulous. It really isn't. It's not terrible. I mean, Gardner paces it well. He gets where the music is going, but for some reason, it just doesn't sound right. And the second movement, which has two fugues surrounded by outer episodes, just doesn't take off. I mean, it's da 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 cha cha chum da 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 cha cha chum. Well, the cha cha chums don't cha cha. Again, the timpani are weak, the brass are recessed. The first fugue is fun. I mean, it's well, like I said, it's well paced, it's fast, it's devilish, but it just doesn't have that tactile, demonic feeling. Possibly as a result of the engineering. The slow fugue that follows is fine. The rush to the final ending is okay, but it would be much better if we heard those brass octaves, those leaping octaves, da 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 da, doing that, while the woodwinds are going ya da da ya da 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 da. All of that has to be more vivid, because when I compared it to all of my reference recordings, that I have, there's Schoenwald, and I mean, there's just a zillion of them. Not all of them are fabulous, but a lot of them are very good, and they're better than this. They just have more brilliance, more edge, more energy than this performance has. And I really suspect that Gardner's performance is better than it sounds here. I really do, because you could tell from the way that he's moving the thing along that he gets it. He really does. I mean, the final chord is beautifully done. He gets it, but it doesn't come through. Not the way it's recorded or presented here. How much of that is the conductor's fault? How much of it is the engineer's? I can't even begin to guess. But that's just the fact. Those are just the facts. So I was disappointed. I really was, because the cycle's been pretty good so far. And what can I say? The fifth remains an elusive masterpiece. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.